So my first question is, has the amount of seniors applying for college increased or decreased from previous years?
It has stayed the same. So we still have the same amount. All the students apply to college. What's changed is if they take a gap year or they do, they defer a year for a program. So that's different.
I figured, because even amongst like my sister, she's a high school senior now. So her friends, like a lot of them are like, I'm gonna do a gap year. Like I'm definitely doing a gap year.
And a lot of them are doing programs, like there's a semester at sea program. So they'll still get accepted into their college and then ask to be deferred for 1 year and do like a semester at sea, or someone's doing a gap year in France, but through an actual organization. So that has been definitely different and exciting for them.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very nice. That's definitely, I don't know why, but I was kind of worried that it might be like a little bit less hopeful. Like a lot of people are like, I don't want to go to college at all. Like from
they're still applying. It's just like when do they want to go? Do they want that year off? Which has been nice for them to explore something different and travel when you could travel abroad, traveling abroad.
Mm-hmm.
But even this year, we have some seniors that are going to do a semester at sea or a Habitat for Humanity program. So that's good. But you know, the great thing is when they defer for a year, they don't have to do the process again, right? They know they have a college to go to right away. So I think that's why they apply now and then make sure the college has a deferral program so they can defer. So they have no stress. In a year, they go, okay, I know what college I'm going to. I know I've been accepted, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Yeah. Trust me, that's absolutely good, because I remember senior year, thanks to all of you counselors, we were able to get stuff done. So I can only imagine that it would be so much stressful if any of us didn't have you guys in our
program. Thanks, Ari. That's too. They're saying like, you know, one of my students have never traveled outside of New York City, right? To even other states. And she's like, I'm going to go and spend 9 months on a boat and learn about different cultures I've never even thought I never even heard of. So I think it's really important for them just to kind of branch out a little bit from what their comfort zone is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it'll make them more comfortable too. So like when they decide, I want to walk this path or that path, they're just more clear of it. So I like that.
Have a little bit more life experience under their belt.
Under their belt. I love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm thinking me in high school. I was not like, I'm just so envy of these students who just are like, yes, I'm going to do 9 months in a boat. In my position, and oh my gosh, in high school, I would never be able to do that. So I'm just so impressed that they're like, yes, I want to take this chance, because honestly, that's a huge step. It's very brave to like think like, I'm not going to go in the traditional 4 years right away. I'm going to take a break and go overseas. That's a big scary thing, and I'm just really impressed by them for wanting to take that step forward.
That's why it's so beautiful that they're like, I want to do this. Like I want to be on sea, and I want to just figure life out. Like that's so amazing.
I'm just really impressed by it. And it might be hard for them still. It might be like, oh no, why did I do this? But they have the strength to move on and just say, I'm going to give this a try, and what's the worst that can happen, right? You're homesick for a few days, but look at the opportunity you're getting. Or seasick for
did not have them at all. Honestly, that's so great. Have any students expressed like worries about going to campus, especially when it might still be COVID-19? I mean, I know we're rolling out vaccines, but like there's always still like it could come back. So have any of them expressed any of that worry? Maybe even worry about like online classes. Like, I'd rather be on campus if they're college they want, like are still moving forward that. What are their thoughts? Like, what have they said?
So I haven't seen a lot of worry within like going to campus and being scared to go to campus. I think a lot of it is, will my campus be open? Because they want that first year college. A lot of them want to be on campus, not online for the first like semester. And I think a lot of it is, will it be open? The school that I'm going to choose, I think about choosing, am I going to choose the right one, or will they be closed for a whole year? And financial aid stuff that goes along with that. Will I be paying for a full year price, or would it be better if I stayed home for a year until this pandemic is over and then go away to school? So I think we saw a lot of that last year, where the students were like, do I go away knowing that it's probably not going to be open for a year, or do I go to a school and commute from home and then go away to college? And I think that was a lot of the worry is it worth it to go away or to be online paying a full tuition price when I could save money, help out my family?
Yeah.
But that was last year, a lot of that worry. Now this year is, will I even be able to still get on campus? So I think we were seeing a lot of students apply closer to home. I'm finding this year and last year choosing colleges closer to home, and this year applying to schools closer to home because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, a lot of their parents have lost jobs, are still trying to kind of make up for that financial gap they had because of COVID. So, you know, obviously the tax years, prior tax year, right? So it doesn't take into account that financial aid, that COVID-19 situation. So I think a lot of students are kind of staying closer to home for two reasons: because of their family financial status, right? They're worried about, you know, the money, and also too because will the colleges even be open next year?
Yeah.
You know, and if they're going to be open, are they going to require the vaccine, that every single student's vaccinated? And so we have two sides to that, right? We have, oh, that's great, they're going to require the vaccine for everyone, or two, I don't want to get the vaccine now, I'm not going to be allowed to get onto campus. So I think a lot of anxiety with just the unknown of what the pandemic's going to look like in the summer and in the fall, which is scary. I know Rutgers just came out with, they are going to require every single student to have the COVID vaccine if they come back on campus, starting in the fall, which means they're going to make it as part of their immunization, right? Like, you know, how we have to get the hepatitis shots and the MMR shots as part of, like, you know, everyone has to get it requirement. They're putting the COVID-19 vaccine in their Rutgers. And I think a lot of colleges might go that way. So I think there's anxiety over that too.
No, I know I mentioned, like, you know, their thoughts on vaccine, but I didn't even fully think in my mind, like, these high school students really think about, like, oh, is this college going to, like, place this now on my, like, I have to get this done, like, the requirements, stuff like that. Because I remember for years, I was just like, oh my God, I have to go get flu shots and, like, stuff like that. Like, I hate this. Hopefully this is my only time I do it. It's like, only imagine, like, especially because there's so much uncertainty around it. Like, as much as people might.
Well, experimental, you know, and that's the, you know, the MMR shot, the measles, mumps, and rubella, and the hepatitis shots, they've been around for decades, right? And so now this college is going to be requiring a shot that's still in the experimental stage, right? A lot of anxiety around students and even parents. Do I want my student to get this? Will I opt that she stays home from school, you know, because I don't want her to get the vaccine? Or will I offer her to stay home because colleges aren't requiring all students to get the vaccine and I'm worried about her health and safety? So there's definitely two sides of, you know, that anxiety over what the campus is going to look like next year. Will it be normal? Will they require the vaccine? Do I want my daughter to get the vaccine? She's not even they're not even eligible yet either. So it'd be like a very, you know, you think maybe they will be eligible maybe in the summer, right? Hopefully by May, by June, but that's a lot of students going to get the vaccine. Will there be enough options to get it?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I remember fully, like, 4 years back, my only primary stress was like, will they accept me? Like, is my college essay good enough? Where exactly am I gonna go? Like, am I gonna be in the Philly or New York City? Like, those were, like, my major worries. And even then, it again wasn't that stressful for me because that's why I was, like, sitting relaxed in the counselor's office with everybody else. But to have that wearing on your mind, like, you're 17, 18, and this is stuff that you have to, like, think about. Choosing your college, that's insane.
Yeah, and just not knowing what the college experience, like, you've already heard so many stories about the college experience, right? Your first year on campus, but none of that applies to you because they weren't in a pandemic. Right? Especially the seniors that are on campus now, or, you know, that graduated last year, you know, they have a completely different experience than what they heard about with the first year for college. And these students, I mean, they're hopefully going to be a little better, but still, it's not the same.